confirmation. And finally, someone leads them to confession because parents or grandparents or peers or somebody has not really nourished them spiritually. So, when's your last confession? 10 years ago. But you're only 16 years old. I know. My first confession was my last confession. And I was 6. How do we expect someone to be transformed with mercy when really the fear of confessing sin fills him or her? Or the power of sin, or the power of shame, or the power of darkness fills him or her? And then, when's the last time you've been to the power of God's forgiveness injected into your soul in the sacrament of confession? Father, forgive me. It's been 40 years. You know what that makes us? That makes us walking corpses. We have a physical pulse, but our soul is in chains of death. Sometimes people go to confession, but hold on to certain sins that keep us in the tomb and prevent the real miracle of freedom and joy and a fresh sunlight to hit our face. Let me ask you something. Do you know anyone that's ever had cancer before? Yes or no? Yes. You've never met anyone who had cancer, but most of us have. Let's say we know somebody and we love somebody who has had cancer. Let's say that person has cancerous tumors in him or her. You really love this person. Maybe it's your mom. Maybe it's your dad right now. Maybe it's your spouse right now. Maybe it's your son and daughter. Maybe it's ourselves. Who knows? But it's just a physical tumor. That's all it is. Physical. It can't touch the soul. Remember that. But even though it's a physical tumor only, don't we say, let's take it out. Let's get it out. Quickly. We don't say, let's keep it there for 10 years. We don't say, let's keep it there for 40 years. And if that's what we do with merely physical tumors, ought we not to do that with the more deadly, the spiritual ones? And so, Saul was brought to his knees so that he could be forgiven from the spiritual tumors in his life. If you want to give yourself an open door for lightning to flash in, for miracle to happen, brothers and sisters, for once and for all, maybe for the first time in your life, make a whole, unguarded, total confession. Father, I'm afraid. Okay? Perfect love casts out all fear. Two things cannot occupy the same space at the same time. So if you are filled with fear, it means you're not filled with Christ, but the opposite, who is not Christ. Yes? No?
Yes.
Good. Do something about it. It's the new evangelization. And you are the hands and the feet of it. You'll either take Christ seriously, or he will be taken from you. The Eucharist, the sacred body